What is going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with the Wraparound. We're going to be breaking down the NHL action going down on Friday, December 5th, 2025. Before we get to the Wraparound, before we get to those free picks, if you're looking for my best bets, the ones I love the most, the ones that I have the most money on every single day, you can head to Pickdawgz.com or click the Premium Picks or the Experts tab at the top of the page. You can also click the link in the description of this video below to get taken directly to my Capper page. My Capper link is also on the screen. And, we give out so much free pick content here at Pickdawgz that the plays on the premium side are the best of the best. So Pickdawgz Premium is for. But we also have our inner circle. It's something we've been mentioning a lot in our videos lately. It's something that's not for everyone. It's for those who are placing larger bets of at least $1,000 or more per game, which is the requirement to be accepted into this service. But we've had a lot of big bettors and high rollers join this club, having a lot of success with the one-on-one coaching, bankroll management, the early releases. So this sounds like something that you're interested in. Reach out to the number on the screen. We'll get you some more information. But we're here to talk about a 5-game NHL card from Friday. Had some solid matchups on Thursday, picked up some nice wins, and looking to just roll that forward into today. And I said smaller card doesn't mean we can't make some money with it, though. Let's not waste any more time. You guys know the drill. You ready? I'm ready. Let's get into it. Our first game takes us to the Canada Life Center for a rematch between the Winnipeg Jets and the Buffalo Sabres for a matchup we just saw a couple days ago, and it was a convincing victory for the Buffalo Sabres in that matchup. And to be honest, I don't know if I expect anything different in this game. The Buffalo Sabres, are just the better team in this matchup. I never thought I'd catch myself saying that just because they are the healthier team between the pipes, and that's what matters to me the most with the Winnipeg Jets. Winnipeg is a solid team, but we have seen when they have their backup goalie, Eric Comrie, starting more starts than, having Connor Hellebuck there, it takes a toll. Comrie is not a number one caliber goaltender, and more often than not, he is just giving up way too much for this team to stay competitive. And also, the offense has dried up. They've scored 3 goals or less in 6 of their last 7 games. All those games were the losses in that 7-game stretch. And they've given up at least 4 goals on 4 separate occasions. So for me, I've said it before, until Connor Hellebuck comes back into the fold for the Winnipeg Jets, it's going to be extremely hard to back them. That game against Winnipeg last time out was one of the best performances Buffalo has had this season. And even though they're going on the road where they won just twice this season, I still have to lean their way, like I said, more of a fade of Winnipeg without Hellebuck than anything else. So give me the Sabres in this one on the money line. Now we're off to the Prudential Center where the New Jersey Devils take on the Vegas Golden Knights. And, this is a tricky matchup here because I was inclined to initially lean towards New Jersey just because they've been good at home this season. But then you realize they've lost 3 straight regulation games at home, which was something that they hadn't done through the first month and a half of the season. They've now given up 13 goals over that 3-game stretch. So I think Vegas is going to be able to come into this matchup and do some damage in this game. But you also look, Vegas in their last 2 road games against Utah and Anaheim gave up a combined 9 goals. I'm not a fan of the goaltending room in Vegas. These are 2 teams that have potent offenses that can fly up and down, and like I said, the goaltending has been questionable as of late. So I'm leaning towards the over in this game. I think that even though we had a couple of lower scoring games last year between these 2 teams, 3-1 and 2-0, both Vegas victories, I think this one's marked for like a 5-4 kind of game as far as I'm concerned. So give me the over between the Golden Knights and the Devils. Now we're going to the American Airlines Center where the Dallas Stars take on the San Jose Sharks, and you know that the San Jose Sharks are one of my teams, but this for me is a spot where I just think I have to go with the Dallas Stars in this one. There was a point where Dallas was just winning a lot of 1-goal games and just failing to cover the puck line at home, but then they came out and beat Ottawa at home 6-1. They're just in better form right now. San Jose has struggled with consistency, and they've been able to go on the road and keep things competitive in some spots, but they also got blown out by Colorado 6-0. They lost to Seattle 4-1. I think the 4-3 game against Vegas was more about Vegas not being able to cover the puck line at home and not being the same team at home that they've been in past seasons. But right now, the Dallas Stars just feel like they're on another level. Hopefully, I'm not, going to be kicking myself later because I went against my boys, but I got to lean towards the Stars on the puck line in this one. I just think they win this one by a couple of goals. Now we're heading to Rogers Arena where the Vancouver Canucks take on the Utah Mammoth. And, this is a tricky matchup, but right now, I just don't think there's any way to get on board with the Vancouver Canucks in their current form. They are 3-7-1 at home this season. But not only that, I mean, this team has been losing games left and right. And even getting back home, I don't think is going to help them. Because right now, it feels like it's always something for Vancouver, where I've said this before, and I say this, with different teams depending on the situation. Sometimes the offense shows up, and when it does, the goaltending goes to crap. When the goaltending shows up, they score one goal like they have in back-to-back games against Colorado and LA. Or sometimes it's both, where, you lose games 5-2, 4-2, so I just think that Utah is the more sound defensive team here. Yes, this is a Utah team that had lost their previous 8 games on the road, and it's not necessarily easy to just jump back on them, but they did look really dominant in that win over the Anaheim Ducks. I feel like the Mammoth are just the better team defensively in this matchup. I feel like they have the more stable defense and the more balanced team, so I'm going to lean towards the Utah Mammoth in this one. I'm going to take them on the money line. And our final game on Friday's card takes us to the Honda Center, where the Anaheim Ducks take on the Washington Capitals. And I'm going against another one of the teams here. I'm going to take the Washington Capitals in this one. Head to head, they just own the Anaheim Ducks. Anaheim is struggling with consistency right now. They just gave up 7 goals to Utah. And right now, I just feel like the Washington Capitals are just a better team in better form right now. They've outscored their opponents on this road trip by a combined score of 14-3. They're just looking really sharp on offense right now. They just crushed the San Jose Sharks 7-1, and Washington, just not a team I want to step in front of right now. I get it. The Anaheim Ducks have been one of our teams. They've been a really sharp team at home as well, going 9-4. I just think this is a spot where the Capitals come in and get it done. I'm going to lean towards the Capitals in the money line to round things out. That is it. Thank you so much for checking out the Wraparound and checking out this free pick video. Let me know who you guys like in the NHL today in the comment section below. Remember to smash that thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and if you're looking for my best bets, the ones I love, you can head to Pickdawgz Premium or click the link in the description of this video below and use the promo code PICK, P-I-C-K at checkout. Get 15% off your purchase. Best of luck. We'll see you guys soon.